good. Are we ready? Shall we do this? Let's do this. Good evening and welcome to another shit show from a shed. Wherever you may be in the world, even to people that are maybe in Mexico. This is a rather impromptu, off the cuff, shall we say, vlog. I just realised that I hadn't done one in a very long time. I've recorded a couple of reviews to release during the week, so I thought I would get this out the... Sorry, when I say get this out the way, I don't mean it like, oh god, I do hate doing live vlogs, but anyway, I thought I would just do this now. And this is just winging it. This is 100% winging it here. So with any luck, as always, the fact that I've only given 15 minutes notice, nobody notices that I'm live, and hardly anybody watches this, because that's just the way I like it. We have a man that shaves, insinuating, I'll just say hello to chat, insinuating that I'm going to be late. Never late. I'm always here on time. I just may not have the camera switched on. And Chris Bishop, you're an asshole. Stop binging me. Hi, Chris. Who have we got? We've got Witcho. Hello. Mo, thank God you put that up there. I have to remind myself, when I do a live, it's usually to my patrons, and there's a certain standard when I do lives. There's here, and here. Here is, I would say, I'm talking to my mum and dad, so there's no swearing, there's no that kind of stuff, you know, very polite. Then there's here, which is talking with mates, and then there's down here when you're talking with patrons, where it's just sarcasm, gutter trash talking. So I have to remember to be here. So anyway, who have we got? Dion, Brian, Hatman, Sibo, Archie, Archa, just kidding, Archie. Come on, come on, the Michael. Come on, the Martin. Oh, come on, Loch Giltpaid. Sorry, that's an in-joke. I apologise. Destroy, Cluckin' Bell, Hurtgen online. Good evening, young man. There's a man, Rifke, who's just getting in there. He's just going straight for the questions. No hello, no nothing. Just tell me something. Take it you were born after 2001. Any chance? No? No? Sorry, I'm just being a dick. Mick, who was most definitely not born after 2001. AD. Who else have we got? Got Adrian, the man that keeps me right. QHB, Hemlin, Paul Kingswell. Are we just going to shout out Paul Kingswell and then you're just going to mute him? Is that what you're going to do there, Mo? David Parr, is it worth becoming a patron? No. No, it's not. I take your money and you get very little in return other than insults, sarcasm, and that's about it. Don't join it. It's not worth it. 100% not worth it. What can I tell you? And there's Martin. Hello, Martin. Right. I'll get on to the title of this video in a wee minute. But we'll go through the... Rifke, good evening, sir. Hello. Now you can usually ask questions. Once you've said hello, now you can ask questions. Gives... Mr. Bishop, don't do that. Don't say that. Anyway. What are we vaping on? Now, the reviews that are waiting to go up. I've recorded a review for the Parsons side by side, and I've recorded a review which I've just done just now. I've just finished recording and uploaded it to Patreon. No, it's not gone to Patreon yet. I'll do that once this is over. Is for the Gallus RBA, which I am vaping on just now, which is, yeah, well, you'll see in the review what I think. Actually, we'll go off on a tangent. I'm going off on a tangent. We'll go off on a tangent here straight away. It's something I said in the, what video was it? The Modify, 909 Modify Extra RBA. It's getting so hard to review RBAs now. There's so many RBAs. It's just RBAs all the time. But it's getting to the point now that you're just like, okay, positive, negative post. They've got 510 threading for pulsing the coil. Decent screws for screwing the coils in. Nice wee chamber. Nice chimney. They're all ticking these boxes. The basics. What else do you say? I can tell you how it vapes. How it vapes with the coils I put in it. I can tell you how to wick it. But more often than not these days, they're all very, very similar in flavour, performance, the lot. Now that could just be my really poor taste buds and that I think everything tastes the same. Or it could just be that everything really has got to that point where flavour wise, it's just getting to be all of much of the sameness. There are lots of other details that you look out for. You know, who's making it? How much does it cost? How's it manufactured? Is it mass produced? Is it la-di-da? There's all the wee things, but you know what I mean? What do you think? I mean, I noticed that get less and less views on RBAs now. I think people are just getting a little bit borrowed out. Curious what you think, actually. Hang on while I put my goggles on. G'day, mate. Glenn, I want a new RBA for Christmas. Well, I hate to tell you, I'm not buying you one. Also, I humbly apologise. I'll say this at the start now. I don't do recommendations. There would be, if I did recommendations, it defeats the point of doing reviews. The reviews are a review on each individual product. It's on you to go and look at the reviews and make your own mind up and see what you think is the best. Sorry, that sounds like a cop-out, but Destroy the Moth RBA was nice. Love how full of metal. Yeah, it was just weighty. It just felt, what was the word I used? Built. It just felt, I really liked it. I really liked it. Oh, Mr. Kingswell's here. Harkin's gone back to RTAs. Yep. Well, I was when I was using the Parsons, but I'm back in RBA land again. Hatman, everything is awesome. Snarky, what do you think about the Dead Star V2 by YEC? You could always go and watch the review I did, my friend. Just saying. Just saying. I did review it. Martin, the Limelight Herb is something different. They posted not long ago. Martin is, if that's Martin, the Martin I know. Yeah. I'm not going to, it's not something that interests me. I don't do weed. So, and I've always liked to keep a line between weed and vape. I don't have an issue with people smoking weed. I used to smoke weed all the time, but many, many, many years ago. But Dane's, I was talking about this today with Martsky, and it was him that he actually said something. He says that most weed stuff, the implement, the tool, is always kind of janky, not made that well. I think that's what Dane's going to bring to that game, is the limelight quality in engineering. And I love the guy to bits, and I wish him all the best for it. Squirrel, Uh, uh, the Jozu Jingen. Did I not review that? I'm sure did I not review that? Hang on. A month ago. 19th of September. Hang on, did I, did I, it's a .rba. Ah, right, got you. Please don't tell me I've reviewed this, because I would feel a right moron if I'm looking at this and going, Jozu, what did I do? I did a Jozu. I did a .rba, but that was back in the 11th of January. Am I sorry, buddy. You're asking me questions, and I'm trying to be. This thing. I'm sure I've reviewed that. Anyway, Hemlin is still a Vapor Giant V3 on a daily basis. Cracking tank. Vapor Giant V3 was awesome. Which show? What's the best custard? Oh, Mrs. Mo is in the... A pleasure as always, my lady. A pleasure as always. Glenn, how you doing? Billy is here. Recommendations mean now if you recommend a curry, I tell you to get pumped. Cloud RBA. Cloud RBA is excellent. Meg, so I'm attached to my Asylum RTA. The Asylum RTA is still one of the best this year. I don't care what anyone says. Dale, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is the new Cure album? 10. Absolutely 10. The only thing is that I have to say about the new Cure album, it is so good, but it takes me back to when I was a teenager and I used to listen to them all the time. But back then I was really happy to be depressed all the time. You know, you were a teenager, you hated the world, you listened to The Cure. But now I'm at that age where I generally want to be happy all the time. And as much as I love the new Cure album, it's deep. It's a very deep, dark album. Frankenmiser, hello. Been a while, bud. Been a while. Snarky, do you have any mouth to lung RBA suggestions? No, I don't. Sorry, I'm not doing recommendations. Sorry, it's just not something that I do. Demetrius, you lovely man. Say hello to you and your lovely wife. Jeff from Innovape, how you doing, Jeff? Rifke, it's the old one, sir. It's a new model. It can be borrowed. Oh, it can be both. Right, okay, mate. I've not seen the new one. I've not heard if I'm getting it or anything like that. Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Mo. I know I'm talking here. I should have been doing this. I was that busy reading. See, this is the thing. You start reading chat, get betrayed. I prefer the new Thither album. That actually took me a couple of listens. It took me a couple of listens to really click with that. I'm such a fan of old Thither as a band. Probably one of soul mining, Infected. I mean, up there, way up there. Best albums ever. The new stuff was, yeah, it took a couple of goes. Mo is going to be excused because I think I'm going to try my new frying pan on for banning me. Did he ban you? He banned his own wife from chat. That's suicide. That's suicide. Remco, you absolute asshole. Very well played. Very well played, sir. Very well played. Right. Oh, sick boy. Been a while as well, buddy. Mick Blizzard is going to start talking about things, music things, that I have no idea what he's talking about. Any news in Pioneer V2? No. I know nothing about it. And Glenn wasn't good conceit. Right, okay, I've caught up with chat a wee bit. I'm sorry, it's once you start reading chat, you just it pulls you in. It just pulls you in, and it just ends up, that's all you end up talking about. Quas Stellar, Limelight Wicket with sturdy one with just the one up cap all day, every day. Nice setup. Nice setup. Right, I need coffee. And these are the things I'm vaping on just now. I am vaping away with. This is what I've just recorded the review for. The Gallus. The review will be up later in the week. Unless you're a patron. If you're a patron, you can go and watch it straight away. I will say, I am kind of liking these tanks that Kaiser are doing. Just this little side fill system. They've got these on both sides. Yeah, and I measured it out, and with that RBA, I got 5 mil of juice in there. So that was, and that's obviously a tinny with Obey Robot panels. Very pretty. And the only other thing I'm actually vaping on right at this second is this, which was going to be obviously this is the Ambi Slim. This is the Ambi Slim, and on the Sync by Link, the Link guys that did the reden in that. This was going to be released this year. They put up a list, but they couldn't get enough interest. What with it being coming up to Christmas and everything. This is my second prototype, and how can I say this? It goes back to what I said at the start. A lot of RBAs are, you know, were there. This Sync RBA, it's there and a little bit above. The reden was really, really good. I liked that a lot. I think this performs slightly better in some circumstances, but the reden is better than other builds. But I'll get back to that when I do the review one day. But where can you get the Kaiser tanks from, Mark? Facebook group, or check that. Actually, they're all up as out of stock in their own web page. I checked that, and everything was shown as out of stock. So unless they're doing a list in the Facebook group just now, I'm not entirely sure. Glenn's, I'm having a Jack and Coke. Oh, I could so go a Jack and Coke right now. Really could. Himlin, we'll have to check out the new Cure album. Used to love their stuff back in the day. Excuse me. The album, it reflects their age. I'm going to say this sounds preposterous. It reflects their age, their maturity, what they've, you know, they're older wiser. Well, older and wiser. Some people get wiser as they get older. Not all. But it really comes through. It's such a good album. The sink is rooking. Can I know what juice you use now? The same. And I would show you a bottle right now, but I've actually just finished it. I've actually just... Jedi's Punk. RM's VC. It's a vanilla custard. I've been using it as my all-day vape for years now. It has been many years. Jedi's Punk is the name of the brand. Vape Store. Oh, cool. Have they got them in? Nice one. Archie, what's that? What's Archie looking at the same postage? Perhaps I've got the guy Indonesia, or was a bit older. I know that feeling. It's a shame you walked to Oban Distillery and choose Jack and Coke. I started drinking Jack and Coke many years ago. When I was but a lad. I can't do whiskey because when I do whiskey, I tend to love everybody and I want a cuddle and I just want to tell everybody how much I love them. It's quite embarrassing actually. So I drink Jack and that way I'm just my same old miserable self and I don't get a hangover in the morning. Starty, can you install the MV? I have no idea. That I don't know the answer to that one, buddy. I don't know that one. Sick Boy saw that you saw the Cure live in the 80s. You old bampot. Archie, what colour are you after? Right, so that's what I'm vaping with. I also today I got a present from Joe at Royal Vapes. I got some of his vanilla custard, which is very, very nice. It's not old school dirty custard. I like dirty custard. But it's not overly sweet, which I find a lot of vanilla custards actually are. So that's a nice one. Clear or black? Archie, drop me a PM and I'll send you one, mate. I'll just send you. I'm not washing it though. I refuse to wash it out for you. So if you want it, you can have it. But it's going to be. I'll send you the black one, but it's going to be dirty. So tough. So there we go. Right, I had deep, meaningful conversations to get into here, and I've completely forgotten what I was going to talk about. What was I going to talk about? Oh, we're away on holiday. We did our first holiday in the motorhome. Yes, I'm a motorhome wanker. And it was great. We went down and did the east coast of England. It was superb. Aside from the fact that on the very, very first day we were away, I fell, landed in my arm, bruised my ribs all down here. I can't move my arm very well. It kind of goes about that high. So the whole week I was driving and Karen was changing gears. So that was eventful. That was eventful. But no, it was Clock and Bell. Have a good one. Dry custard, dirty custard is the best custard. Yes. Budas, I think. Thank you very, very much. I do appreciate that. here's a serious question. 5 co, 5 rov. We'll call you Bob. You're Bob 52. We assign you the name of Bob if we can't pronounce your name. So Bob 52. Or we'll call you Bob 55 since you've got 2 5s there. What do you think about the industry producing so many pods? Great. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I have zero issue with the industry producing pods. Because the more pod, we're not talking about disposables here. I'm talking about disposable pod kits, where you can replace the coils in the pods, or you can recharge them, that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm all for them. It helps more people get off smoking, and that's a good thing. That's all I've got for you. I don't have any other viewpoint on it as such. The only thing I would say is that, yeah, the thing you got to watch out for is when these people buying pods, is to try and point them towards companies that use coils for longer periods of time, rather than companies that just come and go, or they change the coils and they change the system every 6 months type of thing. That's shocking. That's my only down point. But I'm one of these weirdo reviewers that I never had an issue with disposables, because I thought they were the perfect way to get somebody onto vaping. The perfect way. I know it's not an opinion that everybody has, or not many reviewers have, but yeah. And then you have people that say that pods are killing the industry. Well, the industry is getting people off cigarettes, and pods do that. We're the hobbyist. This is the hobbyist side of the game, which is getting smaller and smaller and smaller all the time. Which, same as anything. Give Vaping Fagan a shout out. No, never liked that guy. Total weirdo. I hugged him once, and he was all squishy. Squishier than me. And I'm just joking. Fagan's a good lad. He's one of the nice guys. Max, how you doing, mate? The Exlin. Yeah, that was a cracker. A very, very good bit of kit. Still is. I need to vape more. Daniel, that's the crack. Hang on. There's just one word that's just sprung up on my screen there, and it's just got to me. Shanto, what do you think about clone RBAs? I'll keep it very short and polite. I personally don't give. I really, it does not bother me what you vape. What you use to stay off cigarettes is entirely up to you and your choice and your decision. I used to have a different viewpoint and a different stance on that, but I kind of chilled out as the years went by. However, my viewpoint on clones would be, just imagine for 1 second that you knew and talked to regularly the people that are being cloned. You would actually call some of them good friends. You would slowly start to develop a different viewpoint to clones, because your friends are having their work stolen. There's no other way to look at it. I know there's a whole discussion, but ultimately, at the end of the day, your friends are having their work stolen. And that is where my viewpoint comes from. That is it. Short. I mean, you could go in, does it perform better? you can have that whole discussion, but the short and sweet version is I don't agree with them because it's theft. That's it. That's it. That's all I've got for you. Remco's giving a shout out to Red Chili. Don't want to do that. I mean, he's another weirdo. I mean, he's just one of these strange guys that just... Nah, I'm only kidding. Red Chili's just such a sound bloke. I've known him for years now. I've met him a few times as well, and he's just a good guy. He's a good guy. Yeah, he's not. Of course, that's right. The Netherlands, you guys, you got thumped. They can't actually have. They can't have websites anymore. So I used to go along to his website a lot and see what he had, but they're not allowed to have online stores anymore, which is nuts. Absolutely nuts. That was a very PC way of addressing that you've got soft and squishy. Oh, I've got very soft and very, very squishy. Stephen, good evening. Right. I'm not going to look at chat for 2 seconds. I'm going to get to the point here. Let's have a comfy seat. Right. I stop screen sharing. I'm not screen sharing. Anyway, things that I've always, and the whole time I've been doing reviews and had my channel and done vlogs and whatnot and things like that, things I like to avoid: drama, backstabbing, anything that's going to just give me a headache. And so I tend to avoid talking about my personal life in any kind of detail. What I do to earn money, I try to avoid talking on that in detail. Or whether I'm self-employed and the only self-employed reviewer in Scotland, things along those lines. I stay out of that. I hear other people talking about these things, and sometimes I want to comment, but I tend to stay out of it because I was just raised that way. That was the way I was raised. So for 8 years now, I have been self-employed. My business is Todd's Reviews, and I made my money for the past 8 years, mainly through consultation. A lot more 8 years ago when I started off. I mean, for a good 4 or 5 years, I did well from consultation for mostly Chinese companies, helping with designs, testing, prototyping, market analysis, all that kind of stuff. That was my business. That's how I made my money. I also made money from doing reviews. I have made money and do continue to make money from a lot of the pod reviews that I do. I mean, I tend to do 1 or 2 pod reviews a month. I can't do any more than that because they drive me insane. It's not what I'm into. It's not what interests me about the hobby. I mainly do them to make some extra money. So, and my patrons know that. I've always been open about that. So that's where my cash has come from as a business. It's now got to the point in the past 2.5, 3 years maybe, things have just, the consultation side has just started going down. It's just gone down because the market has changed dramatically, and what I enjoyed being involved in and doing work wise is not really available anymore to me. It's not available to me. So I've got to the point now where I've really got to I've got to go and find a job. No, I'm probably going to next year, very early next year. I think I'll be winding up the business side of what I do, Todd's Reviews as a business, and just looking for a part-time gig. So I'm going to be looking. I can't go back and work in a vape shop. I can't. I wouldn't put myself in a vape shop. I just can't. I can't face to face with the public. Somebody asking me what I would recommend, I would kill them. Kill them. So that's out. So I need to. I've no idea what I'm going to do. I'm kind of lucky that I'm over 55. I'm 55 now, so I'm kind of semi-retired anyway. So I just really need something 2-3 days a week. It does mean that as far as the reviews go, I'm going to keep doing the reviews. As long as gear comes in, I'll keep doing it. I might drop the pods altogether. I'd love to do that. I would love to drop the pods altogether. And just go back to where I was when I started. Just reviewing the gear that I'd bought myself. If I ever get something sent in, because I would imagine I'll get even less stuff sent in. And just go back to doing it for the love of the hobby. I love vaping. I love the hardware. I really am as passionate about vaping now as the hardware now as back when I started. But I just can't do it as a business anymore. It's just not possible to do it anymore. So, short and sweet version is, Gizza Job. I can do that. It's just, hang on, I'm missing chat here. Oh, Daniel, I'll hire you 50%. You pay your own flights and one. Get pumped. Mechanical cars. Joseph, hello. PC Coils. G'day, mate. Daniel, I'm just going to take that spanner off you again. How are you at Bash and Wire? Listen, mate, I'm the worst person for coils. I really am. I still prefer a simple round wire coil. Always have, always will. It just suits me just fine. OnlyFans? There's a good one. There's a good one. Hemlin, I'm already there, my friend. I'm already there. 55 years old. Job done. Crypto investor? Nah. Male modelling? I could model for Saga. I could do that now. Or I could ring up Marks and Spencer's. You know how Marks and Spencer's, their models, they always have the women. They always have this one really old woman with grey hair. Maybe they do that for the men as well. They could just have me, you know, representing the typical body of a male in the UK. It's just... Debenhams is looking for plus size models, e-bike reviews. I hear it's a lucrative business. It's got to be something. The reason I've managed to keep doing e-cigs for as long as I have is, one, it got me off smoking. I really got in. I mean, back at when I got into it in 2012, the new ideas, the innovation and everything that was going on, that just had me hooked. I loved being there at that point in time. Granted, there isn't as much going on now. Well, some people will tell you different, but granted, there isn't as much as going on now. But yeah, whatever it is, it would have to. I want to stay doing e-cigs because I really do love them. Are you keeping your channel? Oh, 100%. Well, as long as YouTube let me keep my channel. That's another thing. Glenn, I would love a spanner. Been watching you for years. Glenn, nah. You only get a spanner if you know which buttons to push. I mean, you have to really know what buttons to push to get a spanner. Just for men looking for people. Listen, this is my natural hair colour. That's natural. I don't dye my hair. So, yeah. Anyway, bullshitting aside, so that's the crack. As far as you're probably concerned, you may see less reviews in the new year. I'll just have to play it by ear and see how it goes. I'll just have to see how it goes. It's a shame because I have no regret. I have had such a good run. I have such a good run. I'm one of the luckiest people on the planet. I'm so grateful. The main thing, it's been brilliant. It really, really has been brilliant. Sure, there's a market for middle-aged women content and there's a man. Daniel, you're not wrong there. YouTube motorhome videos, big thing. Big, huge thing now. Massive thing. Terry, lots of time to develop the R2. I would love to do a R2. Not a V2, but another HAR. I'd love to do it. Can't afford it, that's the problem. Can't afford it. Not prepared to do it. Would just be myself. It wouldn't be with Van and Dell because they're no more as a company. So I would have to find my own machine shop, and the costs involved, I just don't have that money. I can't put that money into that kind of project. By the time you've done your 3-4 prototypes, if I'd done, then I would probably do 4 more prototypes or beta versions. I would put them out to people that I know would say it's shit if it's shit. And then because I would be doing such a small production run, you'd be better off going and working in bloody Tesco stacking shelves. Not that it's about the money, don't get me wrong, but it's just, yeah. The HAR Mark II, yes. Bruno, how you doing? Crowdfunding, I would never do that. I would never do that. I just, I don't want to take. I would have to have my own money, make the product, and then sell it. I wouldn't take money up front. I just wouldn't. Yeah. Anyway, if you know anybody in the vape game that's looking for a fat man that knows shit, then tell them to give me a shout. What else? Oh, YouTube. I should really cover that as well. YouTube. Hemlin, yeah. I mean, people. I mean, yeah. It's terrifying. How much it costs to prototype. It's just shocking. Right. Anyway, YouTube. So, I got a video removed, taken down, and so I contacted YouTube to find out why it had been taken down. I think I ended up speaking to a bot for 45 minutes. I didn't know it was a bot, but I ended up talking to them for 45 minutes. So the short and sweet version is they told me I'd broken the rules. They couldn't tell me which rule I'd broken. Simple as that. They said I could go on a course. I said, fine, I'll go and do a course. I'll go and do a online training course. Will that tell me what rule I've broken? No. Can you tell me what rule I've broken? No. How will I know if I'm going to break that rule in the future? We can't tell you that. So I literally have no idea going forward what videos are going to get hammered. So what I've done is when I upload a video, I have a choice. I can say videos not for children, or I can say a video's not for children, and also it's age restricted. When I do age restriction, it then means that you have to be signed into YouTube to view my video. You can't just go into YouTube, type in and just watch one of my videos. You have to be signed in. It's probably going to kill the views on any of my videos even more. It'll probably half them again. So that means 2 people will be watching them. But I don't see any other way around. I don't know what to do. I'm not joining Rumble or whatever other sites are going or whatnot. So I'll play it by ear. So I apologise if you're on YouTube, you don't have an account or whatever. If you don't have a YouTube account, then you won't be able to see my reviews. It's as simple as that. Cheers, Glenn. Catch you later, mate. An Indian Vindaloo. New. Who signs out of YouTube? Bruno, Mr. Basardo. I miss Phil's reviews. His proper reviews, his old school reviews. You know, do you want to know how much pressure it took to fire this mod? Phil was the man that you needed to go to. I just watching Phil and I Get You 69. It was just, I love it. I miss those days. I miss those days terribly. When it wasn't about it was never about your personality. It was about how well you showed something off. And I know times have changed, and I don't blame people. It's more about entertainment now than the product. Did you notice I've only got one nostril working again? Crazy. Daz, my wife just asked me who that woman is on my TV. Well, that explains why she fucking married you. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry. I swore. I swore. I'm so sorry, Mum. Mum, if you're watching this, I swore. I apologise. What? What about vape advocacy? Andy, I never done vape advocacy. I'm not actually going to apologise for it. I have no interest in vape advocacy because I can't do politics. I just, politicians lie. A lot of people that are in vape advocacy lie. That's been my experience over the years. So it's not for me. I love vape hardware. I love the hardware. The advocacy side is just not something that I could stomach. Adrian, most of us here, because just a couple of hours to adventure, I know it's not getting back to want to continue anymore, but I can love it back to you. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you very much. Matt, I know I'm not in Patreon anymore. I can't talk like that. Daniel, listen. we all like what we like. We're all interested in certain things. I could talk to you for hours about certain things, and some people like other things. I hate the sound of my own voice, and I'm looking at the timer here going 51 minutes and 12 seconds, 13 seconds, and I'm thinking, how can I keep this going any longer, because I'm dying inside. I hate talking online. I hate it. And I'm not going to tell you things that I don't know. If I tell you anything, if I don't know it for a hard fact, then I'll not say it. Or I tell you that it's my opinion. I'm not going to sit and preach to people for hours. It's just not me. But then other people like that. You know, other people like channels that do go down that road, and I totally get it. Totally get it. I mean, everybody likes a bit of drama. I don't, but most people do. Why is my doodah beeping away here? Who's beeping? Oh, Karen finishes in 15 minutes. Mr. Bishop, got that one. And my mum and dad. Oh, there we go. Right. I'm not going to go on any longer. I don't want to bore you to death. Unless you can think of something that I can bore you to death with. If you've any questions, if there's anything you want to know, now is the time to ask, or forever hold your peace, because I'm almost out of coffee. Harold, thank you very, very much. I'm glad. It's weird. I don't know if I've ever said this. When I get a bit of hardware, I get excited. I love testing stuff. I love breaking it down, putting different builds through it, trying different coils, trying just put it through its paces. I enjoy the review process, the editing. I know I don't do much in the editing. I don't do anything when it comes to colour balance. Not a word. Don't say a word. And I love chucking the video up. I don't bother much about views, because I'm not really that popular a reviewer for when you look at the big reviewers and all that. I love comments. I love comments when people have enjoyed the video, have a genuine question about the product, or are interested in it, or want information, or just that interaction. It's the one thing I did love about vape shops when I did work in vape shops, was helping people understand how a product works and how to get the best out of it. And that's one of the best things about doing a review. That's why you do a review, is to help people with their purchasing decisions. That's the main reason to do them, or that's why I do them. What's up with the new Cabello? The Cocoon, never used it. Never used it. Sorry. Really sorry. I can't give you anything on that one. How's the Bogan side by side treating you? Mr. Woodham, you are a patron, so you could go and watch the feckin' review if you wanted to, because it's up. You just, I don't know. Go put some clothes on. Malice, how's the VC Pixel working out? I kept it. I was away on holiday for a week last week, and this is what I took with me when I went on holiday. Not last week, the week before. And it's not let me down. It's not the most attractive in mods for me personally. Fuck, it's hard to fault it. I mean, for an RDL, I'm an RDL vapor. It does me the best part of a day. It's fast to charge, and I like internal batteries. It's a good wee bit of kit. I think it is anyway. Marks the white balances. You know. What is the pretty RDA on your right? Black with black drip tip and SS ring just below drip. Second step from fourth to... That one. Is it that one? That one? Is it fourth from right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it that? It's got to be that one. That's an armour. That's an armour. Which version is it? This is the anniversary one. Yeah, this is the anniversary edition. Superb RDA. Absolutely superb. What's the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? African or European? Mick, I'm not even getting started on the Jaguar logo. We're not going there. Right of white tip. Right, this right of white tip. That has to be this one then. This is the Freddy by Voodoo. I've got a funny feeling, Adrian, that I'm still picking up the wrong ones, and we're just going to do this all night, where I'm just going to keep picking them up and just saying, it's this. What? Sorry, I mean, don't jump. Neckdub, what's your Cyclone V2 vid? Holy shit. That's going back. That was such a cool vape. Remember the wee bottles in the inside? Oh man, that was just something else. That's 5. Looks like an armour. Counting is hard. Yeah, Adrian, I love you. The rest of you can go get pumped. Shower of bam pots. Martin, one thing I love from Art and Mod is the ability to replace the chipper cells. Yeah, I mean, Limelight knocked it out the park. I mean, they were the real... No, in fairness, they weren't, because somebody was doing it years and years ago. But anyway, Limelight are the first ones out of this batch of modders that really nailed it. But Art and Mod, SVA, I mean, they've all stepped up their game. They really have. And that's awesome to see. I did a video a while ago, a vlog a while ago, where I spoke about that. Basically saying how much a lot of modders have come on and how they have improved. Their internals are just as good as the externals. It's more modular. It's just, yeah, the game's moved on for a lot of them. And for some of them, they're still just taking the piss. No, I'm not doing a Genesis Live build. Not happening. I'm not going to inflict that pain on myself or anybody else. Tom, Mr. Grumpy. How dare you say I'm grumpy? Is it the glasses? Did they make me look grumpy? Do I look less grumpy with my glasses off? Vapo Sir, good evening and welcome. Matty, you're lucky to own some of them gems. I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, I know I play on the grumpy card a lot, especially in Patreon now. But just never. I mean, how lucky can you be? I mean, to get sent really nice stuff to review. Imagine your hobby. I mean, your hobby. You don't have to buy a lot of stuff. You get it sent to review. Don't get me wrong. There's work involved, but that work that I do for a review would be what I would be doing anyway as my hobby. It's brilliant. I couldn't be any luckier. It's Very, very, very lucky. The one thing I'm surrounded for is you're not surrounded by Funko dolls. Well, I totally agree. There's one thing that really, really upsets me. It's when you open up a YouTube video and they're just surrounded by stupid little, dolls. It's just childish and immature, and don't judge me. Hell, and I have to avoid them every time I go into Steam Island. When was the last time you were at? How's the new doggo doing? I forget the new dog's name. Shit. Sausage and... What's the new one called? That's going to bug me now. Rob Remus is one of the... He's a gobshite. He doesn't know when to shut up. But he's a diamond. An absolute... I would do it next to anything for him. Bruno, quick question. Do you use pods? No. Unless I'm reviewing one, so I have to test it. That's the only time I would use a pod by choice. I mean, I can't lift this arm up properly. Hang on. Right. That's my pod. I mean, that is tiny. It's absolutely tiny. That to me is just as good as a pod. So that's why I don't use them. I prefer little things like this instead. I'm sleepy. I get what you mean in that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that if you said I had to give all this away and just keep one thing, I'd be happy. I could pick one thing out of all of this gear and just vape that going forward. Because stuff's that good. Stuff's that good. My office looks like it was designed by my 15-year-old nerdy self. Listen, mate, I mean, I've got... What's that? There's a xenomorph and a predator and 2000 AD wallets and 2000 AD badges and yeah, I've got all the stuff from when I was a kid. Where's Joe and Frank the Lego Men gone? They are in the drawer called Lego Men. Yes, I am that well organised. Remco, are you getting a Submonkey 75C? I've held one in my hands. Me personally, was it a 75C? Or was it a 75? I think it was a 75C. No, I've held a 75C in my hands. It just... I don't want to say anything because you've got one coming. I love the MK60. The little Dicodes one is still one of the... form factor size-wise for a regulated squonker is still one of the best ones out there. For me, I still absolutely love it. So... I prefer it over the 75C one. That's just me. But cool, let me know what you think of it once you get it. I'm curious, having the two of them, what you think. Where do you get your specs from? I buy my specs by the bucket load. And they probably cost about £2 each. And I have a pair in every single room in the house and the shed. And I take them off and put them on as I go through rooms. But it's strange how it works, because by Saturday, there will be 42 pairs of glasses in the toilet up the stairs. I don't know how that works. Start off at the beginning of the week, glasses everywhere. End of the week, they're all upstairs in the toilet. Go figure that out. Aliens, still top 10 best movies ever. Aliens came out when I was in the army, when I was a boy. And we used to go every weekend. Was it over July or August? I can't remember. 1986. And we used to go every week to watch Aliens and Top Gun, because they both came out about the same time. That was my childhood. We were in the pipe, 5x5. I speak to Ams at Vaporoni. I know, Ams is awesome, but Ams doesn't need me getting in his way. There haven't been any new squonkers in a while. I don't know. I mean, squonking wise, I mean, depends what you're wanting, regulated or mechanical. There's plenty of people still doing mechanicals. Regulated. When I say plenty of people, I mean Tim's mechanical. Tim SVB mods. Their little mechs are just superb. Regulated. Shit. I can't even remember. Has there been any... Have I had a squonker this year? I mean, aside from mechanical ones. I can't remember. Regulated. Oh, Snowcat mods. Snowcat mods. Oh, the Mods House, Tony Tuffin. The one that you can use as a normal mod, the Sigma. The Sigma. That's a really good one. That's really good. The new Topside, which is just the old Topside, wasn't it? No, it's got to be something nice and pretty for Mo. It's got to be a certain standard. I'd be honest, Mo, I'd be going through the second-hand stuff. Because there's some beautiful give me a shout. What's the name of the company? It's gone out my head. I've got two of their squonkers behind me, and the name of the company's gone right in my head. Oh, shit in a bike. Fit out of the Philippines. Daniel, you know the name of the company. Remind me. Second-hand market in Egypt isn't all that. Oh, you're bad. You're bad. Oh, what's the name? That's just not even funny. See if I find this before you tell me, Daniel. You're losing your spanner. DPM. He got me. He beat me. Thank you, Daniel. Yes, DPM mods. They still do nice regulated squonkers. Google. Yeah, Daniel found it in Google. He didn't know that. He went and Googled it. Oh, Martin. 5As. They never did mods, did they? Correct me if I'm wrong, but their RBA... Oh, man. See the basic V2? The basic V2 is one of the unsung heroes of squonking RBAs, in my humble opinion. If you ever get the chance to hunt one down, do. Do you know of any 21700 Boro mods that are coming out, ones that aren't made from unobtainium? Please. I'm in an ivory tower. I don't deal in all that common stuff. I honestly don't know, mate. I honestly don't know. well, the question you have to ask yourself is who has just released an 18650 borrow mod? Because sure as hell they're going to release a 21700 in another few months' time. That would be good, that. I squonk every day. Yeah. I'm sleepy. I have a nice custom MOSFET coming from Mr. Smarter. Rarely buy anything in him that I would take out except to get a few dings. Yep. Something just went click there. I don't know what it was. Right. We're off. Because I'm just dying inside. I so appreciate people being here to chat to and talk about vaping. But I'd much rather we were doing this in the pub so that I could hear you. And we'll catch you later. But the Marquis. What a beautiful, beautiful RDA. The wee squiggle, it's not a squiggle. That's got a name. Forget what it was called. It was like a little cloud. It was almost like a Vapors Cloud logo. They were beautiful. They really were. See, now you're putting me off in one again. You're putting me off in one. Martin's here and I'm just going. Martin, it's been ages. I hope you're keeping well, mate. I hope you're keeping well. Thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. I have nothing else to ask you. Like, subscribe, share, join Patreon, say hi to my mum if you see her. I'm joking. You don't have to do any of those things. But I'm going to head off now. Thank you to my spanners. You have, as always, been utterly useless, but I appreciate you all the same. And Chris Cash, we discussed that earlier on. It got taken down by YouTube. They didn't like it. And Frank Miser, all hounds go to heaven. Indeed they do, my friend. Indeed they do. But take care, and we will catch you on the next one. In stream.